What's up guys, and today I'm going to be showing you how I fertilize my pomegranates. So if you like gardening, videos, make sure to subscribe and watch the whole video. Now I have like 3 pomegranates. This is the wonderful pomegranate. This one is planted in the ground and the 2 are in pots, but the process is the same. Now this pomegranate behind me is a Slovensky pomegranate. I believe that's how you pronounce it. It's a Russian pomegranate. It's really cold hardy and also heat tolerant. Now this one is producing flowers. It has around 8 flowers that's producing. So let's get ahead and fertilize. First thing I use is bone meal. This helps with root growth and flowering. This is blood meal. This helps with the green growth, which is pretty much the solar panels of every plant. This is garden tone 344 or anything around that area. 444, 544, they're all the same. You're also gonna need a little bit of potting mix. This is just a regular Miracle-Gro, and any type of compost. And the most important thing, in my opinion, is this. Now what is this black substance? This is worm castings. So let's go ahead and start fertilizing our tree. All right guys, when I first started gardening, I thought you had to get like measuring cups and precise tools to see how much fertilizer and things to put on your trees, but you could just eyeball it. I've eyeballed all the fertilizing throughout the years. Now of course you don't want to dump a whole bag of fertilizer in a pot or in any fruit tree you're trying to fertilize. So just look at your pot, look how much fertilizer you have, and just give it a slight overlay, a very thin overlay. This is a worm casting, so what I do is I just go like this and I just rake it in. Now let me go get a little bit more worm castings, because once you rake it in you could really see how much you applied, and I did not apply enough. So I got a little bit more worm castings and just put it in there, rake it in a little bit so it's not clumped. The next thing I'm gonna put is this bone meal. Like I said again, you don't want like a mountain of bone meal on your plant, but you also don't want to put too little. So I'm just gonna spread a little layer on top of it, and that should be good enough. You can really see once you apply it. So just rake it in. The next thing I'm gonna put is blood meal, and like I said, you don't need to bring out your measuring tool, or if you want you could do that, but for the lazy gardener like me, or maybe you're not lazy, but just you'll know if you applied too much or too little. You of course don't want like 3 little drops of fertilizer there, and you also don't want a mountain of fertilizer. Just get it somewhere in between, and this is all organic, so it's not gonna damage your plant. The next thing I'm applying is the 344 general all-purpose fertilizer. And the next thing I'm applying is the compost. Now this one you do want to probably get a good spread around there, maybe like 1/2 inch to 1 inch of compost. So here's another scoop because I need more, and maybe 1 more little scoop. You do want to cover the ground with this, just maybe 1 inch layer of compost. Now in the final step, you have to add a little bit more peat moss. Peat moss really helps, and just general potting mix really helps. So I have a scoop of potting mix, and this is just gonna help lock everything in there. It's also gonna add more nutrients to the pot. You want to give a good layer of potting mix back in there. Alrighty guys, and the last step is this mulch. Now this is just a bunch of leaves I found in my backyard. Just throw it on there. So this keeps everything moist in there. Otherwise the sun will cook all the fungi, the natural fungi that feeds the tree. The sun will cook the natural bacteria that feeds the tree. The sun will cook anything in there, so make sure to cover it with the mulch. And that's it for this video guys. That's how you fertilize pomegranates. That's how you fertilize any tree. Like I said, yeah, you don't need to be scientific and bring out your measuring cups. Just use common sense. And if you like gardening, I have over like 50 fruit trees growing in my suburban backyard. So if you like gardening, make sure to subscribe.